Hey everybody, it's Adam, live and in person for you. Hey everybody, it's Adam, wonder who he'll interview. CallMeAdam.com.
Hey everyone, it's Call Me Adam, and we are here live in New York City at the Loveville High podcast premiere party. Loveville High is a musical theater podcast told in 9 10-minute episodes. Tonight we'll be talking with the cast and creatives who took part in this innovative way of presenting musical theater, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, it's Call Me Adam, and we are here live at the Loveville High premiere party with its creators. We have David Zellnik and we have Eric
Svejcar.
How does it feel to have your podcast out there?
It feels amazing. We just got a walkthrough. It feels terrifying and amazing. You know, the joy of this project is that we get to work with New York theater talent and work in the city, and instead of just showing a clip of something to the rest of the world, of something they can maybe visit and see, we actually get to send them the thing itself. And so everyone around the world gets to have this experience.
And yeah, I feel like we spend so much time as show writers trying to get our stuff produced and put on stage that David and I thought, could we just do something that would just go out into the world as it is? And so that's what's happening, and we're here, and it's sort of unbelievable.
Hey everyone, it's Call Me Adam, and we are here live at the Loveville High podcast premiere party, and we are talking with one of its stars, Mason Graham Park. How's it going?
It's good. How are you?
Good. Mason was on the Hedwig and the Angry Inch tour, and now you are doing Loveville High podcast. So what is it like to record a podcast as opposed to doing, because it's a musical theater podcast, what is it like to do this as opposed to a musical theater piece on stage?
Obviously there's a style to musical theater in general, and there's a style to musical theater, both the acting and the singing portion of things. So I come from like the film and television world, and have always had an issue doing a lot of like I've always had an issue finding that balance of like what is the amount of energy that I put into a specific piece. And so this was kind of like the perfect thing, because it was it's something that's so contained and so small and intimate that like there was no fear about pushing or trying to be over the top. It's very honest and very I mean everybody in the cast has like does a very good job at being honest and open. So it's, I don't know, it's interesting to see the difference between, like, I would imagine recording a cast album is very different from doing something like this, which is has a little more room to kind of bring it back and make it a little more of about storytelling just in general.
Yeah. And what can you tell us about your character?
I play Gendrix, and Gendrix is a genderqueer, gender non-binary, gender fluid, however the person out there who connects with the character might want to associate them with. But they are a gender fluid person that is exploring their gender identity and sexuality at the prom, and Gendrix finds a boy at the prom that they kind of have a little bit of a crush on, and it takes some opening up. But basically, the second episode it primarily focuses on their relationship. And Isaac Powell plays my counterpart in that, and he's phenomenal. And it was just like an honor to get to like sing a beautiful duet about David Bowie with him. But yeah, it's a specific and unique position and a unique role, because there are roles like Hedwig and Frankenfurter and all these other characters that like I built an entire career playing that kind of fall into some form of the gender spectrum. But like as a high schooler growing up, like there aren't a lot of LGBTQ plus icons or musical theater pieces. I mean, we had Spring Awakening and like a few other things when I was growing up, but there wasn't like this onslaught of real visibility for the LGBTQ community. And so this is very unique, because it's something that like they don't really, I think that a lot of artistic mediums don't really tackle in a high school level. We're not talking about like gender politics when you're in high school. So it was cool that they presented me with this character.
Hey everyone, it's Call Me Adam, and we are here talking with Conor Ryan just a few months after I spoke to you. Last we spoke, you were at Donna Murphy's benefit for the Abington Theater Gala.
Yeah, that's right.
And now we're talking about Loveville High, the musical theater podcast. How do you feel recording the podcast was different than performing in musical theater?
Well, it's so much more fast paced. It's like, because you can record these kinds of things so quickly, it's kind of like get it, read it, try it a couple times, and boom. Whereas like you're rehearsing a show for weeks and you have so much time to really fine tune a character. So it's kind of this sort of like, not only do you have to challenge your brain to come up with cool nuances on the fly that you might have come up with 6 weeks down the road, but also it's your job to just kind of like let go of all that pressure of making it perfect and being like, we're just going to do this and record this, and it's going to be the way it is, which is also another exercise of just like letting go and being free. And so it was really awesome. Haley Kilgore is in my episode. Haley and I we're in the first and last episodes, and we play this couple who are going to prom, really expecting not to win prom king and queen, and who are a lower class than some of their schoolmates who feel like the poor kids, the outcast kids. And it's this really interesting relationship where they're in love and they're dealing with the insecurities of feeling like the outsiders in their school, and like, should we go? The start of the podcast is like my character kind of wanted to convince her, like, let's just not even go. Let's just go do our own thing and be alone. And she's like, no, like, this is our senior prom. We got to go experience this. And it's really cool. It's really authentic to what high school kids in today's world are going through, and the kind of conversations that are happening between kids at that time. It's really, really cool script and really, really awesome podcast.
Hey everyone, it's Call Me Adam, and we are here live at the Loveville High podcast premiere party, and we are talking with Troy Iwata. How do you feel recording this musical theater podcast different than, say, preparing for a Broadway show, off-Broadway show, theatrical show?
Well, I was emailed by the creators, and 2 days later I was in the booth and I recorded my songs in a few hours, and then I was done.
That's amazing.
So, pretty much the polar opposite of an actual production. Fast and you're done, yeah.
Yes. And what can you tell us about your character?
My character's name is Kyle. He's in a couple episodes, and he is a sports guy and also the second smartest kid in the class. And he has an addiction to Tinder. So he gets into trouble with his current girlfriend because she catches him swiping through girls on like a rooftop, and that's basically where his drama ensues.
Wow. And how do you think he feels about being the second smartest as opposed to the smartest?
You know what? I think he's convinced himself that he is the smartest. I think that's just a statistic.
I know everybody watching is going to go to iTunes and download the podcast, and they'll be going to the prom with you.
Just ask anybody who's had Adam lives for the business of show. CallMeAdam.com.